All right, everybody, welcome in to Patriot Field here on the campus of Wheeling Park High School as we are set for Wheeling Post 1's first game of the 2025 Beast of the East 19U division, as U.S. Elite is your home team today. Wheeling Post 1, technically your visitor on the scoreboard. As we are set, ready to go, Chris Upton, the left fielder, number 12, leading off for Post 1. We'll get to our Male America starting lineups here in a second once we get a little break. But here we go, Beast of the East baseball here on Independence Day weekend. First pitch, fouled off to the left side. Your starting pitcher for U.S. Elite today, number 3, Caden Hunt. Caden Hunt from River High School, uncommitted right now. Is that fastball in there for strike 2. 0-2 on Chris Upton. If you're joining us on the radio, we are live on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Pine Room Studios. As that pitch misses low. Coach joining me now up here in the booth. We got Coach Myers to my left, Jubb over to my right, Kim back behind us. The regular crew up here ready to roll for a long weekend of baseball here at Patriot Field. Pitch low, misses ball 2, 2-2 on Chris Upton.
Caden Hunt doing the pitching from River High School. You may have already mentioned that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, River High School, they got that's hooking. That's going to fall
lofted foul down the left field line. I actually didn't see that ball off the bat. Chris Upton hitting .439 on the season. As we go through some of these hitters for Post 1, you will see a lot of high averages. This team can swing it, as we have seen all summer long. Pitching, hitting, definitely not their weakness. 2-2 on Chris Upton. Delivery, ball low, 3-2. So Upton originally was 0-2. Now push it to 3-2. Again, once we get a break here, we'll run down our Male America starting lineups. As that one's grounded down the first base line, will stay fair. Cut off in front of the warning track. Upton in, head first at second base with a leadoff double. Chris Upton.
Let me keep it.
For Post 1.
Upton, that tough out at leadoff, just out of the reach of the first baseman down there.
That's Alex Cremines.
Alex Cremines. Alex played at, got the list here, Alex played at Cabell Midland. Hasn't committed to college yet. Playing first base. He was off the line a little bit. Doe made a diving try, but just couldn't come up with it. So Upton starts exactly the way Post 1 would love to
exactly as Hunt
start this whole day and the whole weekend.
Foul by the second baseman, number 22, Seth Cover. Run down our Male America starting lineup for Post 1. Said Chris Upton out in left field, number 12. Batting second, the second baseman, number 22, Seth Cover. That's shortstop, number 35, Jackson Murray. That ball fouled away, strike 2 on Seth Cover. Cleanup hitter today at the DH, number 1, Zaid Billings. Hitting fifth, the right fielder, number 4, Reese Davis. Down at first base, your sixth hitter, number 13, Rocco Dijon Domenico. Doing the catching today and batting seventh, number 2, Jack Selman. Down at third base, number 7, Rylan Robb. As that pitch, I believe, went behind.
It did go behind
Seth Cover, 1-2 on Cover.
Cover stood unfazed.
Rounding out the lineup, batting ninth out at center field today, number 8, Braxton Billiken. Doing your pitching for Post 1, number 6, Henry Hank Anderson. Hunt the delivery, fastball fouled, twisting down the right field line, will fall. So Cover stays alive. Looks like the right fielder may be still down out of foul territory. Maybe knocked the wind out of himself. It was a nice diving try, but looks like he's going to be okay. Hopefully. Just trying to look out of our window here to the right. First baseman taking a stroll back to first, giving him some time. Guys getting set back up. Well, all right, we'll set U.S. Elite. Give their lineup real quick. Our Male America starting lineup.
Yeah, I'll give that for you while you do the play-by-play here, Jarrett, after this next pitch.
Luke Hunt, 1-1. Excuse me, 1-2 on Cover. Cover fouls that one back. Stays alive. Count remains 1-2.
We'll go over that. U.S. Elite starting lineup when they come in to hit. We'll keep it right here. Tell you where the players are from.
That one's grounded to short.
Good base running by Chris Upton there.
Upton retreats back to second. Throw over.
Boy, a lot of
in time. 6-3 will be the put out.
How many times you see that base running mistake by a guy on second?
See it in the big leagues.
See that ground ball to shortstop, takes off for third. Upton with a headsy play there, so he doesn't get thrown out.
Landon Marple, the shortstop for U.S. Elite, makes a nice play to his left, about a step. That'll bring up the shortstop, number 35, Jackson Murray. One down here. Runner on second for post one. Delivery lined into left field. Coach Salt going to hold Chris Upton at third, but another hit for Jackson Murray, of course, because why not? Murray hitting .608 on the year. Again, if you are just tuning in, maybe all year, yes, you heard that right. Jackson Murray hitting 6 with a 6, the number after 5. .608, almost hard to believe. So first and third for post one. We'll bring up the DH number 1, Zade Billings. One delivers fastball in there. Strike one and a delayed steal. Throw down to second. Goes into center field. Upton scores. Murray will head to third. See if they maybe, thought Coach Salt maybe would have thought about the send there, but not with one out. And post one takes an early 1-0 lead.
Delayed steal caught the middle infielders from U.S. Elite off guard. Catcher threw it down, and nobody was covering the bag. Bounced into center field, and post one on the board quickly.
Billings fouls that one back. 0-2 on the DH, Billings. Billings, a freshman at West Lib. That one line nearly knocks over Jackson Murray as that one's fouled down the left field line. Count remains 0-2.
The El Presidente has just walked in the building. Mr. Don Tennant, president of the American Legion Athletic Club, has now arrived.
I should have stood up when he came in here.
Yeah.
I felt disrespectful sitting down as Billings fouls that one straight back. Remains 0-2. Runner down at third is Jackson Murray. Post one, an early 1-0 lead here. The top of the first. They are your visitors today on the scoreboard. U.S. Elite, the home team. Hunt delivers. Again, fouled back. So Billings staying alive. Making this into a good at bat here. Try to put something in play. The infielders playing back for U.S. Elite. So ground ball should score Murray. Hunt delivers, line down the left field line again. Nearly takes off the head of, I don't know who that is down there, grabbing the foul balls. One of the POs maybe. Count remains 0-2 on Billings. Caden Hunt kicks, delivers. Billings drives one deep to left field. Left fielder going back. He'll have some room, but it'll be plenty deep for Murray to score. So Zade Billings on an 0-2 pitch does his job. Be a sacrifice fly. And post one takes a 2-0 lead here in the top of the first. Good team at bat there for Zade Billings. Fouled off 4 pitches and then flew deep out to left.
U.S. Elite draws players from about 9 different schools. I'll run down some of those guys here as the game moves on.
As that first pitch up and in. Hits the right fielder, Reese Davis. So another runner for post one. We'll bring up the first base, number 13, Rocco Dijon Domenico.
Yeah, elite based out of Upshur County. Talked to Coach Richard Rice. This is his second season. The U.S. Elite has just come to Upshur County, so they just started the program 2 years ago, and he has been the head coach in both seasons. He's assisted by Danny Marple and Kevin Ford. His son, Drayden Rice, is a Bluefield State commit, so he's got a son playing on a team that's going to continue to play college baseball. Last year, they won 4 consecutive tournaments, so quality program, and it's a
that's Dijon Domenico down the left field line. We'll see if Reese Davis can score. He's going to get the wheel. There's trouble down in the left field corner, picking it up. Davis will score all the way from first base. Rocco Dijon Domenico, a 2-out double, gives Post 1 a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, I think Salty was Coach Salt was keeping an eye on that left fielder to see whether he was going to hold him or not. And the left fielder actually bobbled it twice. He picked it up once, dropped it, picked it up again, and dropped it. And Coach Castello easily made the choice to send him around third. So Murray walks in. Was that
that was Reese
Davis after the hit batsman. So Reese Davis all the way from first base. Post 1 off to a offensive start again, as usual.
Amazing. Just it never ends with this team. How good offensively they are. I'll get some averages here while we have a conference out on the mound. We'll also run down our sponsors here. The end of the inning. Give our U.S. Elite starting lineup. Our Mail America starting lineup is along top of the first. Here we go.
U.S. Elite 18U draws from several schools around that area. Actually, they have a player that's maybe closer to us than the pitcher today from River High School. Caden Hunt.
Now batting. Catcher number 2, Jack Selman, as he takes a curveball low for ball 1, 1-0. On Selman, runner on second. Post 1 leads 3-0. Top of the first in their first game of the Beast of the East. As Selman drives one to right center field. Center field and right field are converging. And off the glove of the center fielder will roll all the way to the wall. Selman on his way to third. Dijon Domenico scores easily. Selman in with a triple. And Post 1 a 4-0 lead. That ball just kept carrying and carrying. The center fielder went a long way for that. Hit his glove, rolled all the way to the wall, and Selman stands up at third with a triple.
So the 8th batter of the inning in Rylan Robb now coming to bat. Post 1 has put up 4 quick runs here against U.S. Elite, and I would imagine that they are not done scoring today, the way they're swinging the bats. Runner on third.
0-1 on Robb. Takes a fastball low for ball 1. 1-1. Ball 1 strike on Robb. Robb, the third baseman today. It's a curveball swung on. Popped down the right field line. That'll twist out of play. Robb from Wheeling Park High School.
Headed to Shepherd University to play for former Post 1 player, Wheeling Park player Andrew Koala, now the head coach at Shepherd University in his second season coming up.
Caden Hunt delivers fastball, pop down to right field. Right fielder there, and he'll make the catch, and that'll do it. No,
they're going to call an exchange.
On the exchange.
I don't know, but that was close.
They're going to stay on the exchange. Either way, Robb is out, but Post 1 scores 4 here in the top of the 4th. We'll head to the bottom of the first. We'll be back here in a moment. Post 1 leads 4-0.
You can trust. Since 1999, Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services has been protecting families and businesses in the northern panhandle of West Virginia and eastern Ohio. We're independent, giving you choice from top-rated national and regional carriers. And guided by a concierge-level experience, our energetic, honest, and determined team puts customers first every time. For home and auto to life and business insurance, we build relationships that matter. Need to pay a bill or access your policy online? It's easy with us. Protect your future with the agency you'd recommend to a friend. Call Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services today at 304-277-3239 or visit BernieGlennInsurance.com. Bernie Glenn Insurance, building relationships, protecting futures.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back into Patriot Field as Post 1 leads 4-0 against U.S. Elite, and we'll run down that U.S. Elite Male America starting lineup. Coach, go ahead.
Okay, leading off playing right field, it'll be Luke Kessling. Luke Kiesling. He went to Buchanan Upshur. Batting second is shortstop. Landon Marple. He went to Buchanan Upshur also. He's headed to Frostburg State University, so he must be a heck of a player. Batting third, the designated hitter, James Vinsel. Vinsel is headed to Concord University. He played at Pendleton County. The batting fourth, the catcher, Tony McBrayer. McBrayer played for Ritchie County.
Yeah, we saw him earlier this year.
Yeah.
He's headed to D&E.
D&E, right. J.D. Ford will bat fifth, the left fielder. He is played at Robert C. Byrd, and he's headed to Glenville State. Drayden Rice, the coach's son. As I said, he's headed to Bluefield State. He's playing third base, batting seventh. The center fielder, Luke Rakiski. He played at Doddridge. He hasn't committed to play anywhere yet. First baseman, Alex Cremines. He played at Cabell Midland, and he has not committed. And doing the pitching is Caden Hunt. And Caden Hunt, as we mentioned before, he played at River High School, and he is uncommitted to play anywhere.
So a few college players for U.S. Elite. Here we go. Bottom of the first, Henry Anderson on the bump for Post 1. His first pitch misses for ball one. 1-0 on the leadoff hitter. The right fielder, number 9, Luke Kiesling for U.S. Elite as he fouls second pitch back. 1-1 on Luke.
We'll run down some of our sponsors who make these broadcasts possible. If you're watching out there, check in and tell us where you're from. If you're from Upshur County.
And when grounded to shortstop, Murray fields, throws a little high, but Dijon Domenico stays on the bag. One down.
Nice.
Here in the bottom of the first.
I bet you'd have liked to fielded ground balls like that. Nice two-hopper, shoulder height. Nice bounce right to you. Don't have to worry about the lip. Don't have to worry about a stone. Don't have to worry about the grass.
Throw over to a solid first baseman over there in Dijon Domenico. It'll bring up the shortstop, number 10, Landon Marple.
He hit 2 home runs game 1.
Who did?
As Coach Myers letting us know that Marple hit 2 homers last game against Post 3 in game 1 at 8 a.m. Post 3 ended up winning that game 7-5. And then real quick, we'll run down the rest of the day as one of the teams in this bracket pulled out. So one slight change is Post 1 was supposed to play at 6 p.m. tonight, now playing at 3:30. They'll take on Clarington Elite at 3:30, so not 6 p.m. 3:30 will be live again here on the Watchdog and YouTube as Anderson delivers fastball inside, tied up.
Marple headed to Frostburg State. If anybody knows anything about Frostburg State, quality program, and they hit it. So he's going to a place where he can fit right in.
So 2-1 on Marple. Anderson from the set delivers fastball, blew it by him. 2-2. Big Henry Anderson.
Post 1 in their white pants today, navy button-downs. solid Navy hat today.
Anderson, the delivery. Getting ground ball to short. Nice, easy hop for Murray. Murray throws over in time to retire Marple, his counterpart. 2 down.
Nice,
Here in the
nice convenient hop.
Yeah, nice. It kind of stayed low until it hit the, technically the dirt, and then took a nice easy hop right up into the stomach of Murray. He throws over in time. 2 down. Here in the bottom of the first, we'll bring up the DH number 8, James Vincel.
Vincel, as I mentioned, played at Pendleton County, and he said it.
Another one tapped. Rylan Robb coming on, throws on the run in time. Nice play from Rylan Robb on a chopper right past the mound. Easily in time over to first. Post 1 goes 1, 2, 3. Bottom of the first. They lead 4-0 heading to the top of the second.
Wheeling's favorite neighborhood hangout is still the place to be. Wakeham's Bar is under new ownership, but it's still the same great spot locals have loved for years. Famous for their world-renowned hot dogs and cold craft brews, Wakeham's is the perfect place to unwind, catch the game, or kick back to live music with friends. Come see what's new right in the heart of Wheeling at 2181 National Road. Same soul, new energy, only at Wakeham's Bar.
At TechnoCap, we're not just making closures, we're shaping the future of sustainable packaging. From beverage and beauty to pharmaceuticals and household goods, our metal closures are trusted by leading brands around the world. With a global reach and a local presence right here in Glendale, West Virginia, TechnoCap combines innovation, precision, and environmental responsibility. Discover the power of performance-driven packaging. Visit technocapclosures.com, where great products begin at the top.
Looking for a place to grow your career? Mail America is expanding, and we want you on our team. We're a nationally trusted name in direct mail marketing, serving over 8,000 customers coast to coast. If you're hardworking, dependable, and ready to join a company on the rise, we want to hear from you. Send your resume today to MikeW@MailAmerica.com and take the first step toward a rewarding future with Mail America. Mail America, trusted, growing, hiring.
All righty, folks, welcome back in to Patriot Field here in Game 1 for Post 1. I guess technically Game 2 of the day here in the Beast of the East. Leading off for Post 1, the center fielder, number 8, Braxton Billick. Said Post 1 scored 4 in the top of the first inning. They lead 4-0. If you're just tuning in on the Watchdog, we are live on YouTube at youtube.com/Pine Room Studios. If you're in the stream, check in. Tell us where you're listening. Well, I guess you're watching from. We go in the bottom, the top of the second inning. Caden Hunt delivers a fastball, swung on and missed by Billick. 0-1, Billick from Wheeling Central High School. Along with a few other guys who just came off a state championship win this spring, as that fastball misses low from Hunt. 1-1. Caden Hunt from the wind. Poked out to the second baseman. He'll throw over to first. Easy out for the first out. We'll roll over the order back to the top. It'll be the left fielder, number 12, Chris Upton. He doubled down the right field line his first time up.
In case anybody's new to the Beast of the East, which has been going on for quite some time, but as Coach Myers and Coach Ten and I were talking, it's a tournament that has really lost a lot of its just luster of teams, and just the interest has gone down for a lot of reasons. I think we're down under 30, about 30 teams. It used to be over 130 before, but it's definitely has lost a lot of its steam, so to speak.
The first 2 pitches from Hunt, fastballs in there. Third pitch misses outside a curveball. 1-2 on Upton. But yeah, I know when back when we played, it was a big deal. It was a huge deal, really. The Beast of the East. I mean, and every weekend you knew it was going to be hot. Actually, not bad today, but it was probably the hottest. It was either going to be the hottest weekend of the year or, like you said, rain. That fastball misses low on Upton, 2-2.
A lot of contributing factors to.
As Upton lines one back up the middle for another hit, his second of the day. Takes a hard turn around first. So 1-out single for Chris Upton. We'll bring up the second baseman, number 22, Seth Cover. He grounded out to short his first time up.
Hey, I think a lot of contributing factors. There's so many more tournaments going on now. I think before, we are getting more turf fields around here, but that is one of the problems, that not every field that these guys play on is turf.
As Cover skies one out to left. Left fielder moving over just by the line. Will make the catch. 2 down. In the top of the second, we'll bring up the shortstop, number 35, Jackson Murray. He singled, of course, in his first at bat.
And I think expense, too. I was talking to the coach from Clarington Elite, which is from Toronto, Canada. He said that, hotel rooms of Upton running.
As Upton off of the pitch. Throw looked like it would have been in time, but not handled by the shortstop, Marple. Good, may have handcuffed him a little bit. I think if he catches that, Upton may have been out.
Would have been
either
close.
way,
Would have been close.
Upton in there. Gets into scoring position with 2 outs. Pitch was a ball. 1-0 on Murray. I'd say Murray is ready to fire on this one. Fastball in there at the knees. 1-1. Probably one of the better hitters that I've seen here in a while. Bumped his average up from 608. As we're going to have a balk call, I actually agree with that. I believe our umpire said that he didn't come set. 1-1, count remains, so Upton heads over to third. Caden Hunt called for a balk. This time he's going to take a nice long pause. Delivery, curveball blocked up nicely by the catcher, Tony McBrayer.
McBrayer from Ritchie County, we saw them play here earlier in the year in a regular season game, regular season doubleheader. Wheeling Post 1 handled them pretty easily. They were well overmatched in that doubleheader.
2-1 on Jackson Murray, runner on third. Post 1 leads 4-0. Fastball in there for a strike on the outside corner. 2-2 on Jackson Murray. Murray from Lindsley. Caden Hunt kicks, delivers. Murray fouls one off to the right side. Go out of play.
Saw Coach Ryan Lewicki, Wheeling University head baseball coach, pull in earlier before the game.
Get to see some college guys out here as Hunt delivers a curveball.
And that's going to
through the left side. Just like his first at bat. Jackson Murray, another hit into left field. 5-0 Post 1. We'll bring up the DH, number 1, Zade Billings. It's almost like I feel like I'm kind of as we did the Wheeling Park, Wheeling Central basketball game last week. I almost feel like when Jackson Murray comes up, I'm talking about like Eli Stancomb. I have like no more words to talk about this kid, how good of a hitter he is.
Yeah, you just got to hope it continues. I don't know if anybody can keep hitting all year at 600 at a 600 pace.
Yeah,
so you got to
bumps his average up even more.
Yeah, you just got to hope that he doesn't cool off at the wrong time, and that we're nearing the end of the regular season. So hopefully he keeps it going. And from all indications,
my goodness
gracious.
Amazing. If you're just tuning in, obviously you can see it on the stream. Murray got an absolutely running lead, and Hunt didn't even deliver the pitch. Technically, I guess would be a balk. So Murray actually isn't credited with a steal there. He stopped his delivery about halfway through. So Murray into second with 2 outs, 3-0 on the DH, Zade Billings. He had a sac fly on an 0-2 pitch his last time up. The 3-0 pitch in there, 3-1. So Caden Hunt throwing a lot of pitches so far for U.S. Elite. That curveball misses low. Ball 4. Billings walks. We'll bring up the right fielder, number 4, Reese Davis.
Couple of game rules here in the Beast of the East, different than regular season American Legion, or I don't know what kind of rules U.S. Elite plays, but it's 2-hour time limit on all the games. So if an inning ends after the 2-hour time limit, it'll be called at that point.
As that one's driven deep into left center field. Center fielder tracking, and he'll make a diving catch. Nice catch out there from Luke Rakiski. Tracked it into left center field. Dove and made the catch. And that'll retire the side, but not after post 1 scores 1. They lead 5-0. We'll keep it here. Run down our sponsors.
Yeah, I'll run down those sponsors real quick, following up on the game rules here. 2-hour time limit. If an inning would end at hour 59, they would complete if the 6th inning would end before the 2-hour time limit, they would complete that full inning. So they don't stop, like at 2 hours, you don't just stop the game. It's played by full innings. So there is a 2-hour time limit, 7-inning games. This is an interesting one. A game is called after 3 innings if a team is up 12 runs. It's called after 4 innings if a team is up 10 runs, and then after 5 innings, an 8-run deficit. So a little bit different than regular season because it's 10 after 5 in American Legion. So keep that in mind if you're watching and the game would happen to end. So, but being able to broadcast these Beast of the East games and all of our Post 1 games have been brought to you by our following sponsors: T&Y Payroll Pros, Technocap Closures, Mail America, also Belmont Savings Bank, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Bernie Glenn Insurance, the ATM Man Stan Stasinski, Wakeham's Bar. That would be probably a good place to go during the week when in between games. Head to Wakeham's Bar, have a cold one and a hot dog. Schmidt Brothers Sunoco, Glamp Life, and Tenant Law Office. So those are the wonderful folks that have brought this
broadcast, as well as our new sponsor here. Once I believe Jubb trying to get our other camera working. If you're just in the stream, you're used to the double angle. We were trying to get the other one on here. But once we get a break, hopefully Jubb can move the camera over here. We have a new sponsor as well, Form Energy, new energy drink.
We got those.
We'll tell you a little bit more about from Muxie Distributing. Cool looking cans, fitting for the weekend. Some nice stars and stripes looking cans. I'm actually excited to try one here on the stream in a little bit. Is starting the bottom of the 2nd inning, leading off for U.S. Elite.
U.S. Elite probably should promote these because the can looks a lot like their uniform.
Yeah, it really does. Catcher number 5, Tony McBrayer, his first at bat of the day. Yeah, he's up 2-0.
These cans literally, if their pants were white, it would be a heck of a match for the uniforms of U.S. Elite, as they have gray pants with blue piping down the side of their pants, a red or a blue body to their uniform, and then a white and red U.S. Elite with their number on it. Nice looking uniform.
McBrayer swings through that fastball from Anderson, 2-2. If you're in the stream, let us know where you're tuning in from, who you're rooting for, how you're doing today on this Thursday in July 3rd. As Anderson sets, takes a deep breath, kicks, delivers, and lined into right field for McBrayer. Right fielder Davis going over. He'll cut it off. So a leadoff single for U.S. Elite. McBrayer going the other way. Nice piece of hitting, kind of inside out of that pitch, and it'll bring up the left fielder number 21, J.D. Ford.
Ford, a Glenville State commit, headed to play for Jimmy Mullins at Glenville State. You guys visited down there way back when. Beautiful facility they have.
Yeah, played a bunch of games down there at Glenville. Probably 6, 7, 8 games down at Glenville. Very, very nice facilities. As that first pitch fouled back. I like Glenville. I always like playing down there. They probably were one of the first turf fields in college that I played on within the conference. They had. I'm trying to remember. Is that pitch fastball misses outside from Anderson, 1-1. It was something Family Field down there at Glenville. It was it was something with coal or pipeline. I can't remember, and it's on the turf, and I can't remember the name. We always used to say it.
It's Morris.
Morris. Yeah, Jim Morris. Morris family something. Is that fastball in there? 1-2 on Anderson.
Yeah, they've donated quite a bit of money to all the facilities down there. The basketball facility, the football facility, the beautiful baseball facility.
Anderson delivers, swung on and missed. Curveball in the dirt. Selman tags the hitter, but didn't need to do that. And that'll be the second out. No, first out, correct?
Yeah, I believe.
One down. One down here. In the bottom of the second inning, we'll bring up the third baseman, number 34, Drayden Rice. Rice from Buchanan Upshur, headed to Bluefield State. Anderson checked over on the runner. McBrayer, he's back in. Anderson from the stretch. Delivers a fastball, fouled straight back. And Rice, a nice cut.
Try to test our camera shields here, Jub.
Yeah, as we got some new domes over the camera, hopefully keeping them safe.
Hopefully we can get this.
I think Jub was saying that there may be a little glare, but I'm not sure on the stream. I don't see it on my. I see a little maybe on the bottom, but I think it's worth us keeping the cameras safe.
Yeah, we've got
from foul balls.
May want to put our covers over them later today in between games.
Anderson delivers a fastball again, fouled back from Rice. One down. In the bottom of the second, runner on first. Tony McBrayer after a leadoff single. Anderson way ahead on Rice, 0-2. Middle infielders, double play depth. Anderson will step off.
Saw Henry Anderson pitch last week in Morgantown. One of my trips down there that ended in a weather delay. Weather closure, actually.
Yeah, as you say, they didn't even finish that game.
Now we had trouble with the mound. We had two delays because of the mound problems. We had a thunderstorm roll in, and it wasn't a pleasant trip to Morgantown.
Yeah, the weather has not been a fan of us. That one's tapped back to Anderson. Anderson to short. Murray to first. To Dijon Domenico, picked. Double play. A beauty of a double play turned by post one after a high throw from Anderson. Great footwork from Jackson Murray to shuffle across the bag. Threw over and picked nicely by Dijon Domenico. That'll end the bottom of the second inning. We'll head to the top of the third. Post one leads 5-0.
Looking for a place to grow your career? Mail America is expanding, and we want you on our team. We're a nationally trusted name in direct mail marketing, serving over 8,000 customers coast to coast. If you're hardworking, dependable, and ready to join a company on the rise, we want to hear from you. Send your resume today to MikeW@MailAmerica.com and take the first step toward a rewarding future with Mail America. Mail America, trusted, growing, hiring.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration,
Craving the great outdoors without giving up the comforts of home? Come camp with style at Glamp Life, your luxury retreat just south of Salt Fork State Park. Explore scenic trails, relax on a sandy beach, or fish in a private lake stocked with bass, bluegill, and more. Stay in lakeside A-frames, forest cabins, a retro Airstream, or roll in with your RV. With full hookups and a dump station ready. Just minutes from Cambridge and a quick drive from Columbus, Pittsburgh, or Cleveland. Glamp Life is your next unforgettable escape. Book today at glamplife.com.
All righty, folks, welcome back in the Patriot Field. Here on the campus of Wheeling Park High School, we have a new pitcher out on the mound for U.S. Elite. Number 27, Stephen Lee. Lee from Bridgeport High School, headed to Salem University. So another college product for U.S. Elite. Yeah, his coach was muted there. He was talking, but
Interesting shoes.
Cleats out there on the mound for Lee.
Yeah, now I talked to Coach, like I said, I talked to Coach Rice last night at length, and this was the plan for him to throw Rice, to throw
Caden Hunt.
To throw Hunt 3 or 4 innings and then bring Lee in. So this was definite plan.
Here we go, top of the third. Here in Game 2 of the 2025 Beast of the East here at Patriot Field. Leading off for post 1, number 13, the first baseman who just made a nice play out in the field, Rocco Dijon Domenico. Post 1 leads 5-0. First pitch from Lee misses up, 1-0 on Rocco. Another one misses up, 2-0 on Dijon Domenico. He doubled down the left field line his first time up. Scored Reese Davis from first base. Is that 2-0 curveball in there?
Couple of facts.
For a strike.
Couple of facts that Don Tennant just let me know. 37th year for the Beast of the East. Unbelievable. At one time, at its peak, 168 teams.
That's amazing. As Dijon Domenico flies one out to right field. Right fielder doesn't have to move much. He'll make the catch. 1 down. We'll bring up the catcher, number 2, Jack Selman. Selman had a triple into the right center field alley off the center fielder's glove last time up.
You imagine that, 168 teams coming to this tri-state area for a weekend tournament. Imagine the money that generated for first pitch to Selman in their first strike. Imagine the money that generated for restaurants, hotels, shops, concession stands. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike on Selman. 168 teams, and Dawn thinks now that there's less than 30 in just 3 divisions. So 2 balls, 1 strike on Selman. So, as I said before, a lot of contributing factors to why this tournament has died off. 2-1 pitch to Selman, outside ball 3, 3-1. I think the fields have had a lot to do with it, and the weather, because some teams are paying a big price and only getting to play 1 game, 3-1 pitch in there for a strike, only getting to play 1 or 2 games. And
yeah, and the thing too is that it's such a different tournament than a lot of your, you go to a facility, as that curveball misses up, ball 4 to Selman. He'll take a walk. We'll bring up the third baseman, number 7, Rylan Robb. But a lot of tournaments you go to, and you got 4 fields all together, and everybody's kind of playing, in the same area. But whereas this, some teams are playing down in Moundsville, playing here, could be playing at 470 back in the day. So I don't know if that maybe is a contributing factor. You don't really know where you're going to be playing, but it would be nice to see if one day it could get back to where it used to be. Because like we said, I know when we were playing even in Little League and in Post 1 when we were there, was such a big deal when the Beast was. It was a big, I feel like everybody in town was excited for the Beast.
Speaking of Beast, look who just walked in. The head coach at Shepherd University and the assistant coach at Shepherd University.
Coach Koalo in the house.
Coach Andrew Koalo.
With his assistant coach son.
He might be recruiting us to come down and live stream Shepherd University games. That's why he's here. He's not looking at players. He's looking at us.
2-0 on Rob. Funny enough, Rylan Rob committed to Shepherd University, so
see if Rob knows he's up here. Rob might hit one out.
Yeah, hopefully he can't hear us
he's
right
gonna
now.
He's going to make a pitch to hit fourth in the lineup.
Now we're going to
next
make him
year.
ground into a double play. Is that curveball in there for strike one on Rob? Nice curveball there from Lee. Lee going to that curveball, having trouble locating the fastball. Kind of going to that curveball as a strike pitch. Is Dawn Loves checking in on the stream, says Luke Kiesling is committed to West Virginia Wesleyan.
Okay.
I don't know if we
thank you for that piece of information. Well, let's see.
I think we have that on here, don't we?
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. We got
West
it.
Virginia
Luke
Wesleyan.
Kiesling heading to West Virginia Wesleyan. He's from Buchanan Upshur, so thank you, Dawn.
Much improved program down there. They were much better last year.
Again, Lee misses up with that fastball, having trouble locating it. See if he goes back to the curveball on 3-1 here.
And I
he
think,
went to it on 2-0.
I think back to the tournament, I think when there were so many teams, the competition, people wanted to come because the competition was so good. And you'd get a minimum of 7 games in 4 days. So these teams had fouled off by Rob on the 3-1 pitch. So it's going to run a count full.
He went back to that curveball on 3-1. It's kind of been his strike pitch so far.
And I think guys liked getting 7-8 games in a 4-day stretch. That it was brutal though, man.
You better you be sure you had pitching.
Yep.
As Lee again misses up with the fastball. So ball 4 to Rob. Back-to-back walks from Lee. We'll bring up the 9-man. Number 8, the center fielder, Braxton Billick. Braxton grounded out to second his first time up. I wouldn't be surprised here if Billick lays a bunt for a hit down third base. Look how deep that third baseman is playing. Watch this. Billick up in the box.
I don't even think he has to bunt for a hit. I think if he squares and lays down third with his speed.
Sets. Billick not squaring. Fastball misses up again, and Lee just cannot find that fastball.
Yeah,
really struggling to locate the fastballs. Real quick, we'll give a shout-out to one of our sponsors, TNY Payroll Pros, your hometown resource for expert tax, accounting, and financial services. Whether you're a business owner looking for smart bookkeeping solutions or just need help navigating your personal taxes, James Taylor and his team have the experience and dedication to get the job done right. Conveniently located in the Ohio Valley and trusted by clients for over 30 years. Visit jamestaylorcpa.com to learn more. Thank you to TNY Payroll Pros. Here we go. 1-0 on Braxton Billick. After a conference on the mound, Lee again missing up with the fastball. Just continues to not be able to locate that fastball. See if he can maybe make an adjustment here on Billick. 2-0.
Billick moves up in the plate, or up in the box. 2 balls, no strikes. Tries that curveball.
Okay, goes to the curveball. Catches the top of the zone. 2-1.
The very top of the zone. See if post one loves the with Selman.
Selman not the quickest out there. First and second for post one. Another curveball in there for Lee. So if you're Billick, you probably got to be sitting curveball again here. As I think that's really the only pitch that Lee's been able to throw for a strike. Billick stepping up in the box again. Lee delivers. Curveball misses inside. 3-2 to Billick.
See if Coach Cassillo puts his guys in motion here. Billick, a good contact hitter. Always fear that line drive, double play.
Lee will step off, collect himself. Post one leads 5-0. Lee delivers a curveball, popped up. Whatever will be an infield fly. Rule over second baseman Landon Church makes the catch. We'll roll the order back to the top. We'll bring up the left fielder, number 12, Chris Upton.
Landon Church. I wonder why I believe that's Bethany coach over there with Coach Lewicki.
I just was going to say that.
That's where Landon Church is headed to play at Bethany College, so play for the Bisons.
Yeah, good for Landon, second baseman for U.S. Elite. Upton, 2 hits on the day, a single and a double. Curveball from Lee. Misses up and away. 1-0 on Chris Upton. Or was that a strike? Did I miss something? Did
Yeah,
you
you
call
called
that
that a strike.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah, he did.
So 0-1.
Yeah, that second
Pushes it to
baseman.
1-1.
Second baseman shaded way over towards first base.
Yeah, on the first at bat of the game, Upton doubled down the right field line. Upton, left-handed hitter, nice hitter. Post one, great leadoff hitter. As Upton drives one to right field, right fielder tracking. He'll make the catch on the run, and that'll do it. In the top of the third, post one doesn't score, and we'll head to the bottom of the third. Post one leads 5-0.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Craving the great outdoors without giving up the comforts of home? Come camp with style at Glamp Life, your luxury retreat just south of Salt Fork State Park. Explore scenic trails, relax on a sandy beach, or fish in a private lake stocked with bass, bluegill, and more. Stay in lakeside A-frames, forest cabins, a retro Airstream, or roll in with your RV with full hookups and a dump station ready. Just minutes from Cambridge and a quick drive from Columbus, Pittsburgh, or Cleveland. Glamp Life is your next unforgettable escape. Book today at glamplife.com.
All right, folks, welcome back into Patriot Field here on the campus of Wheeling Park High School. Is Dennis Gorby checking in here? Sorry, Dennis, our scoreboard is switched. Post one is the away team, so they do lead 5-0. I'm going to work on switching that. Thanks for the heads up, Dennis. Appreciate it. Again, post one leads 5-0. Heading to the bottom of the third, leading off for U.S. Elite will be the center fielder, number 7, Luke Rakiski. Rakiski from Doddridge, uncommitted. Fastball in there from Anderson, strike one.
One of the new players on U.S. Elite this year. They have 7 returning players from last year, 8 new players. Rakiski
One misses, 1-1.
Rakiski, 6'2", 165 pounder, as you said, from Doddridge County.
That one
Lines that foul.
down the right field line, foul.
Listed as a outfielder and a pitcher.
Don Love again checking in. Thanks for streaming for us working this weekend. No problem, Don. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it.
Where's Don checking in from?
Yeah, where are you from, Don? Let us know. And everybody else here in the stream, let us know where you're watching from here on this Independence Day weekend. I guess technically it's not the weekend yet, but we'll say it is. As that one swung on and missed. Nice curveball from Anderson. We'll sit down. Rakiski will bring up the first baseman, number 2, Alex Cremines. I think that's how you pronounce it. Cremines?
Yeah.
I don't think it's Cremines.
Cremines, yes. I talked to Coach and got the pronunciation. Cabell Midland player. He graduated last year from Cabell Midland, real good baseball school, the Huntington area.
That fastball from Anderson misses up. Anderson looks like he's got some velo on his fastball today.
And that's warm.
It is. It is.
warm.
What's our game time temp? 79 right now, so not bad. Usually what we're used to and what we have been used to this summer. My goodness, it's been hot. It's been humid. But today, not bad at all.
But that is going to change dramatically by Sunday.
Hot again?
Oh, Sunday we're in mid-90s.
Ah, good.
Mid-90s, Coach Myers will probably be sitting around his pool drinking a cold one. Do you have a pool? Oh, pool pond.
1-1 on the first baseman, Cremines. Cremines a big
No
righty.
pool, but maybe a cold one.
That's always a good thing. As that one's tapped. First baseman over Dijon Minico. Anderson will cover. And a nice play. PFP by post one. Anderson gets over in time.
Good job by the bench over here. Post one, everybody screaming, get over. Sometimes those pitchers stand there on the mound, and by the time they realize it's time to get over there, sometimes it's too late.
Yeah, so a good job there from Anderson. We'll bring up the second baseman, number 17, Landon Church.
Got to talk to Dijon about that flip over there. That wasn't a very good flip.
Yeah, decided to throw it overhand instead of flipping it. Probably was far enough to throw it, but a little bit high. Either way, Anderson bails him out.
That underhand's always better for a pitcher.
1-0 on Landon Church. Church from Calhoun. Like we said earlier, he's going to Bethany.
Yeah, coach back here watching him, standing there with Coach Ryan Lewicki. So the Bethany is in represented. It's always good to see college coaches here.
Anderson
watching players.
delivers. And once tapped down the third base line, Robb coming on. Strong throw over to first. Great play by Rylan Robb. Again, solid down there at third base. Fielded the about 4 chopper. Took a nice, strong throw over to first base. Set his feet. Great job by Rylan Robb.
Brought a smile to Coach Koalo's face.
Really, really good play from the third baseman from Wheeling Park. Sets U.S. Elite down in order. We'll head to the top of the fourth. Post one leads 5-0.
Need to unplug, recharge, and reconnect with what matters? Then it's time to experience Glamp Life, a luxury outdoor retreat just south of Salt Fork State Park. Nestled in the rolling hills of Ohio, Glamp Life is where modern comfort meets natural beauty. Stay in a handcrafted A-frame cabin overlooking a private lake, cozy up in a vintage Airstream, or bring your own RV. We've got full hookups and a dump station ready for you. Only 15 minutes from Cambridge and just a short drive from Columbus, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and West Virginia. Your escape is closer than you think. Spend your days hiking scenic trails, lounging on a sandy beach, or casting a line in peaceful catch-and-release waters filled with bass, catfish, bluegill, and more. Whether you're planning a team-building retreat, a family adventure, or a quiet weekend away, Glamp Life helps you experience the outdoors without sacrificing comfort. Book your getaway now at glamplife.com, where nature meets luxury and peace of mind is just a click away.
All right, everybody, welcome back into Patriot Field. Got some people checking in on the stream. We got Patty from Newfoundland, Canada. So welcome, Patty. Dennis checking in from Tyler County. Dawn again checking in. Jim, hello from Denver, North Carolina, outside Charlotte. Dawn says she's a D&E alumni. So thanks, everybody, for checking in. We appreciate it. Again, if you're in here, let us know where you're watching from, how you're doing today. I would say, Patty, what you're going to do for Independence Day, but you're from Canada, so maybe they do. Do they celebrate 4th of July in Canada, too? I would imagine probably not, but maybe they do just because we do. But who knows? Thanks again, though, for checking in.
Appreciate anybody out there watching, and we'd love to hear from you and tell us something we're not telling people, like that West Virginia Wesleyan, Luke Kiesling. We didn't know that. Actually, I did. We just didn't mention it.
Yes.
But thank you for mentioning that.
So here we go, top of the 4th inning here in Game 2 of the Beast of the East. Post one's first game, U.S. Elite's second game. Post one leads 5-0. Seth Cover, the second baseman, leads off. Grounds one down to third. Third baseman coming on. Strong throw over to first for the first out. Nice play down there at third base for Drayden Rice. We'll bring up the shortstop, number 35, Jackson Murray. Murray with 2 singles through the left side today.
Coach's son down there at third. Drayden Rice.
Drayden Rice. Drayden. I don't know if I've ever met anybody named Drayden.
Headed to Bluefield State University.
Jeanette Augustine checking in from Boonville, North Carolina. So some North Carolina in the house here in the stream.
Maybe someday we can go down to North Carolina and stream a game down there.
Wonder where Boonville is. I know where. Am I missing something?
Wait.
Or Seth Cover's on first base. Oh, he pulled his foot. Okay, so excuse me. He was. I put my head down once the throw was over to first base. I thought it was an out, so excuse me, folks. As the throw over to first base from Rice was in time, but the first baseman was off the bag.
Are we marking that E5, Myersy, or E3? Pardon me? E3. E3,
okay,
just didn't have his foot on the bag.
Excuse
Okay.
me, we'll roll at E3.
So sorry about that, folks. We were we thought that for sure was an out. Looked like a good throw. Looked like a routine play. So apologies there.
Sorry, I was turning around seeing Coach Koalo's son here, Shepherd University head coach.
I believe his son will be the bat boy for Shepherd University.
You think he's ready for that? I'm not sure if he can walk yet.
Hey, listen, dogs are doing it.
Yeah, that's right. So here we go. July what? Jubb, the producer, checking in saying that they just celebrated Canada Day July 1st. So I guess maybe you could have 2 celebrations. You could celebrate Canada Day and you could celebrate our Independence Day.
Big weekend, no matter what.
Yeah, that's right. Here we go. Recap here. Seth Cover grounded to third, reached on an error by the first baseman. 0-2 on Jackson Murray, the shortstop now. Make it 1-2. So runner on first for post one here in the top of the fourth. They lead 5-0. Stephen Lee on the mound for U.S. Elite.
Stephen Lee with those bright green shoes.
As Murray drives one down the right field line. And that ball is foul by just a hair. Right fielder Luke Kiesling almost made a great running catch down in the corner, just out of his reach.
I think Murray thinks it's a double. I'm not sure.
Our home plate umpire called foul. So foul ball. Cover got it all the way back to first. Murray going to head back to
not sure everybody
the
knew.
plate.
Not sure everybody knew about that one. Yeah.
Again, thank you to all of our sponsors. Form Energy, our strikeout sponsor today. Once we get our cameras back into focus, you'll be able to see these cans. Really cool-looking cans. Form Energy. I'm excited to crack one open here in a little bit.
These two teams will meet again on Saturday, the last of 6 games for each of the teams. Actually, it'll be the 5th game for U.S. Elite. Is at Saturday at 1 o'clock. These two teams will meet in Wheeling Post 1's 6th game and U.S. Elite's 5th game. Tune into that, folks. Come back and join us. That'll be Saturday at 1 p.m.
So here we go. Lee sets 1-2 on Murray. Curveball grounded to second base in between hop. Nice play by the second baseman, but he drops it on the transfer. Everybody's safe. So first and second for post one with nobody out in the top of the fourth. We'll bring up the DH number 1, Zade Billings. That took a tough hop on the second baseman. Landon Church handcuffed him a little bit. Thought he might have had time. He took a peek at second, and then when I think he took a peek there, dropped the ball.
Yeah, he just.
So we'll
I think he was really in between on what he wanted to do. He wasn't sure whether he was going to try to feed, but that he had to move to his left, and it was like a 7-8 hopper. I think his initial thought should have just been get the out, but he took like you said, took a glance at second, and he dropped the ball in the transfer. So two 2 errors here in the top of the 4th inning, and boy, that's not what you want to do against post one, against this tough hitting lineup. I'd say.
Yeah, the head coach Richard Rice going out. I don't even believe he talked to Lee. I think he was just talking to his infielders.
Yeah,
I think he brought them in as the catcher, and the pitcher just kind of stood on the mound there. But either way, brings up the DH number 1, Zaid Billings. Got some more people checking in. Boonville is halfway between App State and Wake Forest.
Yeah, because
So, I'll say that's a nice bunt from Billings. Lee going over. Hillfield, no play at first. Throws it anyway. First baseman come off the bag. Everybody's safe, and bases are loaded here for post one in the top of the 4th. We'll bring up the right fielder, number 4, Reese Davis. Beautiful bunt from Billings.
Davis with a big home run in Morgantown a couple of nights ago from Tyler Consolidated. He'll be back for another year down there at Tyler.
Reese Davis was hit by a pitch and then flew out to center field his first time up, as well as we got another person, Justin Anderson, checking in. Henry Anderson is also a Shepherd U commit. So Coach Koala up here in the booth. Here we go. Infield comes in for U.S. Elite.
You know, when Coach Rice goes out there not happy, you know, when you bring a team to a tournament like this, you want them to, you want them to play well in front of people and new faces, and they're just not playing real well right now, and that's got him upset.
Is that curveball from Lee misses in 3-0 on Reese Davis.
You know, wear that U.S. Elite across your chest. You want to look.
Ooh, is that fastball in there at the bottom of the zone? Strike one on Davis. 3-1. Bases loaded for post one. Nobody out. Top of the 4th. They lead 5-0.
Trying to blow this one open here.
As Davis grounds one off the glove of the third baseman, who dove to his left. Everybody goes station to station.
Tough play
So
down
we'll call
there.
that a hit off the glove of the third baseman, Rice. Post one scores another 6-0 with nobody out. Still in the top of the 4th, we'll bring up the first baseman, number 13, Rocco DiGiandomenico.
Post one threatening to really bust this open. Going to toil with the run rule here with a couple more hits as they lead 6-0, and we're only in the top of the 4th inning.
So 10 after 4, you said? Or 12 after 4 was it the rule? I know you ran down the rules earlier as Lee steps off.
12 runs after 3, 10 after 4.
10 after 4, okay. And again, 2-hour time limit, so no matter how long these innings are, after 2 hours, game is over. As that one misses up to Rocco.
Dijon would like to
1-0.
drive one here and push a couple more across.
Yeah, infield remains over. Absolutely massive lead out at second as DiGiandomenico skies
trouble.
one
That might
to
be
right.
trouble.
Right fielder coming on, makes the catch. Runner will tag
Strong
from
arm.
third. Murray dives head first safely. So a sac fly from Rocco DiGiandomenico scores Jackson Murray from third. Zaid Billings will head over to third. Runner down at first is Reese Davis. He'll stay put. So first and third. Post one tacks on another 7-0. Top of the 4th. We'll bring up the catcher number 2, Jack Selman, who tripled and walked so far in this one. Nice job by DiGiandomenico to get the job done. Middle infielders move back to double play depth for U.S. Elite.
Smart base running down there by Billings as he moves over with 1 out, so puts him in sacrifice fly territory, and the ground ball score him also. So good base running. Fundamental baseball. Post one continues to play the game very well fundamentally.
Lee drops a curveball in there for strike one to Selman.
Selman plays at Wheeling University. His coach, college coach Ryan Lewicki, is here. 1 ball, 1 strike on Selman. Stays
As
outside.
another delayed steal. Throw down to third. Nice play by Rice to save that one from going into left field. So a delayed steal from Reese Davis just like we saw back in the first inning. This time, catcher McBrayer decided to shoot it down to third. Was off the mark, but Drayden Rice made a nice play to save that one from going into left field, and Post 1 scoring at least one run. So now second and third for Post 1. Was a ball on Selman. Now 3-1 on Selman. Lee again started to struggle to find that fastball. Both Lee and Hunt, who started the game, threw a lot of pitches. Not something you want to do in this tournament. As Lee delivers a curveball in there, strike 2.
And, you know, Post 1 would love to win by the run rule, save some arms, get them out of the heat. Anytime you can keep the game from going 7 innings, saves you your pitching depth.
As that curveball line down the right field line, just foul. Selman nearly kept that one fair. Would have scored Billings and Davis easily.
I mean, could you look if you could win it in 4 innings, you know, Henry Anderson may be able to come back.
Yeah,
Sunday.
Maybe on Sunday, that's right.
If you can get him out of there.
As Lee delivers a curveball, just missed outside. Ball 4 to Selman. That'll load the bases again.
Selman takes about 12 seconds to undress there, get all his
He's
protective
got to get all of his
gear
armor
on.
off.
Not sure what it's all for. I'm still trying to figure out what all the paraphernalia is that these guys wear.
Well, and he heads down to first, and he's got the oven mitt.
Yeah, you got to have the oven mitt. Can't be on that base without oven mitt.
I think Starling Marte started that. As Rylan Robb, the third baseman, will come up.
Sort of just one of the things now that's part of your uniform. It's just you have to have one.
Yeah, it is what it is. Today's game.
I remember Nolan Yanchek had one for Wheeling Park, and every time he got on base, coach would put a courtesy runner in for him. I said, why you have that, Nolan? He said, I just want to look good.
That's right. Hey, you look good, feel good, play good.
Yeah.
It's all that matters. Is that strike to Raw makes it 1-1. Ryland flew out to right field and walked. As that fastball misses up and away, 2-1 on Ryland.
Myersy, what kind of protective gear did you wear back in the day? Just to protect. You're right. Just a protective cup. That's all we used to wear. That was it. I wouldn't even know how to put one of those thumb protectors on.
That curveball misses inside to Ryland Robb.
So I wonder how many total protective pieces of equipment you can, if you wore every one of them.
You could have a foot guard and an ankle guard, a shin guard, an elbow guard, a forearm guard, a hand guard, maybe a thumb guard, a mouth guard.
So you could probably
fastball. I mean, you could cover your entire body, really.
I remember doing the park games. Somebody get on first, and Coach Stout would. It would take him like 5 minutes to get in from first base. He had like 12 different pieces of equipment he had to carry in. It was unbelievable.
So 3-2 on Raw. Bases loaded, 1 down for Post 1, and that one curveball misses low. Ball 4 forces in a run. Post 1 pushes another across. Make it 8-0. We'll bring up the 9 hitter, the center fielder number 8, Braxton Billick.
Coach Rice.
Back-to-back walks, and it looks like we are going to have a pitching change for U.S. Elite.
Coach Rice headed out to the mound, and everybody is gathering at the mound. Let's see what he did. He is handing the ball.
Looks like it's going to be James Vinsel, I think, number 8. Vinsel, who was the DH, is going to come in and pitch now. Vinsel from Pendleton, headed to Concord University. It's another MEC product. While he's getting warmed up, we'll run down our sponsors. Told you about T&Y Payroll Pros earlier. I'll tell you a little bit about TechnoCap Closures, a global leader in metal packaging with a proud presence right here in the Ohio Valley. From food and beverage to cosmetics and pharmaceuticals, TechnoCap manufactures high-quality closures and packaging solutions trusted by major brands around the world. With innovation, sustainability, and local jobs at the forefront, TechnoCap is helping shape the future of manufacturing. Learn more at technocapclosures.com, as well as Mail America, who was our starting lineup earlier this morning. One of the nation's leading direct mail production companies, proudly based right here in the Ohio Valley for over 35 years. Mail America has delivered fast, affordable, and effective direct mail service for clients across the country. From design to delivery, they handle it all under one roof when it comes to direct mail that gets results. Trust the experts at mailamerica.com, as well as all of our sponsors. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Bernie Glenn Insurance, ATM Man Stan Szynski, Wakeham's Bar, Schmidt Brothers Sunoco, S&D Painting, Glamp Life, TechnoCap Closures, T&Y Payroll Pros, Tenant Law Offices, Mail America, Belmont Savings Bank, and, of course, our strikeout sponsor today, Form Energy. I can't wait to crack one here in a little bit. I had Starbucks on my way down here from Pittsburgh this morning, so I got to wait a little bit till I have an energy drink, give myself a little bit of break. But here we go.
8-0. Post 1 leads. They got the sacks loaded, trying to blow this and completely wide open. 8 runs, 7 hits. No errors for Post 1. No runs, 1 hit. 2 errors for U.S. Elite. New pitcher in there, trying to stop this bleeding. James Vincel, 5'11", 175-pounder Concord University commit.
Vincel stout up there on that mound as he misses with that fastball. 1-1 on Braxton Billick. Braxton, a scrappy little player. I like watching him play as he grounded out the second and popped out the second earlier this game. Is that curveball line into right field? Will drop down for a hit for Billick.
Everybody had
to
wait.
Go station to station. Is that ball in? Hit Rob right in the back. On the throw in from the right fielder into second base. Hit Rylan Rob right in the back. Nobody will move up. Dugout's loving it. So just another thing that makes baseball such a great sport is you get hit in the back and
no mercy.
Their teammates just
no compassion.
Dog you for it. But great job by Braxton Billick taking that pitch the other way, drops it in front of the right fielder. Man, I love watching Braxton Billick play. Scrappy little player. Reminds me of myself a little bit as Upton fouls that one off. Back to the top of the order. Upton doubled, singled, and then flew out to right field his first 3 at-bats.
So Upton with a chance to put Post 1 in a position to put
and
the
this
mercy
game is
rule.
Upton back up the middle. Nice diving play by the second baseman, but again on the transfer, loses it, and that'll be the 10th run for Post 1, a big 10th run. They've scored 5 in the top of the 4th here. A nice play by the second baseman, Landon Church, to get to that ball. And then again, like we saw earlier on the transfer, just couldn't handle it. Looked like he was going to try to go to second with it, and it popped out of his glove. So that'll actually bring Seth Cover back up for the second time this inning. He reached on an error by the first baseman earlier in the inning. What do you think we'll call that one out there? I would say that probably
it's gonna be an error.
An error on the second baseman.
Coach Myers has already put it on a board. Yeah, so once again, for those of you unfamiliar with the run rule, that Wheeling Post 1 is the visiting team, so U.S. Elite will get a chance to bat in the bottom of the 4th, and if they can cut the lead under 10, then the game would extend. If not, we're going to end early here.
Yes.
Post 1 leads 10-0 in the heart of their order coming up right now.
As Cover grounds one to third. Nice diving play by the third baseman. Rob went back to the bag for whatever reason, but the throw dropped and then picked back up by the catcher. He's able to get his foot back on the plate, so
not sure what Rylan Robb was doing there.
Home will be the second out of the inning. We'll bring up the shortstop, number 35, Jackson Murray. Yeah, that ground ball to third. I would imagine if Robb would have taken off, he probably would have beat the throw home, but instead he took a step back towards third. I don't know if he might have realized the bases were loaded. So either way, brings up Jackson Murray, the shortstop. Murray has 2 singles, reached on an error earlier in the inning.
Post 1 is batted around now.
As Murray lines one out to right, but right at the right fielder.
Even his outs are hard hit balls.
So that will finally bring the top of the 4th to an end. Post 1 puts 5 on the board. They lead 10-0 heading to the bottom of the 4th.
At TechnoCap, we're not just making closures, we're shaping the future of sustainable packaging. From beverage and beauty to pharmaceuticals and household goods, our metal closures are trusted by leading brands around the world. With a global reach and a local presence right here in Glendale, West Virginia, TechnoCap combines innovation, precision, and environmental responsibility. Discover the power of performance-driven packaging. Visit technocapclosures.com, where great products begin at the top.
If your business needs an ATM, call the ATM man, Stan Stasinski, a former Post 1 player and proud supporter of Wheeling American Legion Post 1 baseball. Need it fast? The ATM man offers same-day ATM placement. Are your credit card processing fees too high? Call the ATM man today at 304-215-3165. Locally owned but local service. Whether you need credit card processing or ATM placement, call the ATM man at 304-215-3165. That's 304-215-3165.
Looking for a smarter way to manage your business finances? James Taylor, CPA in Wheeling, West Virginia is your go-to pro for hassle-free bookkeeping, payroll, tax prep, and more. Powered by secure cloud-based software. Accessible, efficient, personalized. With 15 plus years of experience, James brings peace of mind to your numbers so you can focus on what matters most, growing your business. Call 304-905-8372 or visit jamestaylorcpa.com. Accounting made simple, the way it should be.
Welcome back to Patriot Field here on the campus of Wheeling Park High School. Beautiful Patriot Field. I know I say it every stream, but, man, it makes me jealous that I didn't get to play on this surface back when I was here. But Post 1 leading 10-0 heading to the bottom of the fourth. If you're in the stream, our graphic is flipped. Post 1 is up 10-0. I know it says in the stream that US Elite is leading 10-0. That is not correct. Post 1's the away team, although they're playing at their home field. So 10-0, Wheeling Post 1. They got a new pitcher out on the bump. That'll be number 28, Jake Brown.
Well, if you're a Post 1 fan and you tune in late and you saw you were down 10-0, they would be like, wow. But, again, we just had a little glitch with the graphics, and Wheeling Post 1 is leading US Elite 10-0 with the new pitcher, Jake Brown.
As he delivers a fastball in there, strike one to Luke Kiesling. So we were informed by Dawn in the stream that he is headed to West Virginia Wesleyan to play college baseball. As Brown delivers another fastball, fouled off to the right side, heads up over there.
West Virginia Elite trying to score a run and extend the game. If they don't score, our game will be an official 4-inning, 10-run game to end game number 2 here. The rest of the schedule today, Moundsville will take Moundsville Post 3, who defeated US Elite 7-5 in the first game. They'll take on Clarington Elite out of Ontario, Canada. I talked to their coach, a former Major League player with the Toronto Blue Jays. Got a couple interesting stories about him. Former played on a World Series team for the Blue Jays.
Pretty interesting note there. Is that fastball from Brown. Misses up.
And then our final game, it'll be Wheeling Post 1 taking on Clarington Elite at 3:30. So there's no 6 o'clock game today, tomorrow, or Saturday.
Has that one hop out to shortstop. Jackson Murray Fields throws high and pulls Dijon Domenico off the bag. Kiesling is safe at first, so Jackson Murray made a nice play to glove it, but threw high. We'll bring up the shortstop, number 10, Landon Marple. He grounded out to short his first time up as well as Kiesling, but Murray this time not able to make the throw over, so.
I stand corrected on that schedule. There's no 8 o'clock game on Saturday. There is a.
Ooh, as that pitch from Brown hits Marple right in the helmet.
And it flew up at least 40 feet in the air, straight up in the air.
Looks like Marple's okay. Jake Brown, like he maybe said to him, my bad. Definitely didn't want to do that. Jeez. Yeah, that hit him square in the helmet and bounced, like Coach said, way up in the air.
Yeah,
But he really wouldn't even waver.
Tough,
Marple taking a stroll down to first. My goodness.
Tough kid
Jeez
there, Marple.
Louise. That was solid. You could probably hear that on the stream. That hit him square in the helmet. But good to hit him there instead of in the face or in the neck or something. But looks like Marple's going to be okay. Not sure why Rocco's holding him on right now.
I'm not sure of that either. At 10-0.
And a runner on second.
Not
So
sure.
first and second for U.S. Elite, we bring up the DH, number 8, James Vinsel, who, excuse me, not the DH anymore, is the pitcher now. Jake Brown delivers a fastball in there, strike one. First and second.
You would think that Jake Brown is not going to move over to first base.
No.
With
well,
a 10-0
Well,
lead.
even with a I don't know why you're holding a guy on with a runner on second. That should be playing behind him, especially down
Up 10-0.
up 10-0. Probably should
sure.
even be playing no doubles. So
he moved off
prevent
it.
that,
There he goes.
that run there. So strike two
There he goes.
on Vinsel.
Should be off of there.
0-2
Anyway. Is what it is.
on the new
10-0.
pitcher. Jake Brown from the set. Takes a look back. The runner on second. Delivers. Blocked up nicely by Selman.
And
Great job.
That's a big play. If those runners move up 90 feet, pretty
that-
decent chance.
That was a tough block. I was off to Selman's right. Actually, just gloved it. Didn't even hit his chest protector.
Brown would like to get a ground ball right here.
1-2. Jake Brown delivers fastball, handcuffed. Vinsel fouled off to the right side. Post one leads 10-0. Bottom of the fourth inning. If U.S. Elite fails to score, the game will be over.
They score a run, we will head to the top of the fifth. Brown trying to close this thing out.
That fastball misses away. So, like we were saying, Henry Anderson, who started for post one, you got to imagine after his day, he should be able to come back on Sunday. I would think. Jake Brown from the set, long pause, kicks, delivers, ground ball back up the middle.
Oh,
And nobody is going to field it. It'll trickle into center field. But the throw home from Billick almost got the runner Kiesling, but not in time. As looked like a little bit of miscommunication between the second baseman Cover and the shortstop Murray. About a four-hopper right back up the middle. I think that each of them thought the other guy was going to field it. Trickles into center field, and Billick makes a strong throw home. Took Selman up the line a little bit. Tried a swipe tag and missed Kiesling. So U.S. Elite gets on the board and will extend this game. Brown delivers a fastball in there for strike one to Tony McBrayer.
yeah, that was not a routine play by any means, but I think you're right. I think they didn't communicate there. So I'm not sure how they would have played that, even if now that should
one
be a double
right
play
at
ball.
Cover.
Oh,
4-6-3. Double play. The runner coming home. What in the
well,
world?
we got, ladies and gentlemen.
We just had a triple play. And Selman shaking the umpire's hand. I don't believe that's the end of the game.
No, we still.
Yeah, we're still playing on, folks. I think Selman forgot that run scored.
Yeah, so we got another inning.
We
to
have
go.
another inning, but we just had a triple play, folks.
We had a 4-6-3-2 double play. A triple play.
4-6-3-2 triple play. Unbelievable. As for whatever reason, Vinsel came motoring around third.
Actually, I think that was Landon Marple. Yeah, that was Marple come around third.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, Marple was on second. He came around third thinking he was going to score on the double play.
Yes, correct. That was Marple. So we just saw a triple play here at Patriot Field. Sorry, that was such an interesting play. And then I thought that the game was over because Selman turned around and shook the umpire's hand like it was over. But that maybe he was just shaking his hand because he called the guy out. Maybe that's why.
Don Tennant thinks that's the first triple play in 25 years.
That is absolutely amazing. A 4-6-3-2 triple play. Absolutely incredible from post one. As I was right, Landon Marple came motoring around third. He was out by 30 feet at home. I got to put that down in my scorebook here. 4-6-3-2 triple play. Definitely the first triple play that I've seen probably ever, at least in high school or at least in Legion ball.
Usually your triple plays are 5-4-3 around the horn or a line drive to somebody where everybody's running. Usually you don't see a 5-4-3-2 triple play.
Yeah, that is something to be seen, folks. What an end of the inning. We'll just keep it here. We might as well. Post one leads 10-1 heading to the top of the fifth. So U.S. Elite scored one, extends the game. Now is it 8 after 5?
Yes. Yes.
So 8 after 5. Now so post one leads 9. It leads by 9. Out on the mound still for U.S. Elite is James Vinsel.
So you're reminded after this game, we will send it back to our regular programming for, actually it'll be the one and only Donnie Gilbert coming on here at the conclusion of this game. Job, that would have worked out good for you if we would have got out of there then. So still might work out for Job. He's got to head back to the studio and get the one and only Donnie Gilbert up and running for his show. And then we'll be back after that for our final game of the afternoon, and it'll be Wheeling Post 1 taking on Clarington Elite from Ontario, Canada. And that's scheduled first pitch is at 3 o'clock. Or 3:30. I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, 3:30.
3:30. I'm sorry, 3:30.
So top of the fifth inning here, leading off for post one, the DH number 1, Zade Billings. He had a sac fly, a walk, and a single today. Vinsel, curveball misses low. 2-1 on Zade.
Billings a versatile player. Catches, plays the outfield.
Beresford checking in on the stream. Wow, sweet triple play, and that field looks beautiful. It sure is, Bear's
getting ready for the Donnie Gilbert top 5. Jubb, what's the top 5
do we
today?
know what's the top 5 today? Jubb shaking his head doesn't know if you're tuning in here. Donnie on the Watchdog, not on the stream, as that one's line into left field for Billings, a leadoff single. So his second hit of the day, he's 2 for 2. It'll bring up
Rocco Polina with that flashy. What's that? Was that a foot guard, shin guard?
Ankle guard.
Ankle
Pink.
guard. The pink ankle guard.
Yeah.
Rocco is quite. I close my eyes, I still see his gloves, his wristbands, his ankle protector. Got the flashy protective gear on. I don't know. Are those pink around his wrists? Are those wristbands? Or are they part of his? It looked like they may be part of his gloves.
I don't know. But Polino hitting for the right fielder, Reese Davis.
Ten to 1. Here, post 1 leading in the top of the fifth. Post 1 at bat. They are the visiting team in this game.
Polina swings through that one as Billings will head down to second.
And again, as I said,
like a hit and run, I believe.
No, I think it was just straight steal. I think it was straight steal. He just was protecting him. I don't think he needed to swing at that. The ball was in the dirt, but did his job. Did what he was supposed to do. Just try to distract the catcher a little bit. But again, I don't disagree with that steal of.
Is that ball reaches the backstop? Pass ball.
I don't disagree with that stealing. I mean,
No, I mean, you got to. It's a big run out there. Not that now it's an 8-run mercy rule, but still want to be safe to make sure that you're not burning up more pitching. So Rocco Polina from Lindsley, 2-2 on him. Nobody out. Runner on third for post one. Polina swings through that one. Strike 3, our Form Energy strikeout. We'll bring up the first baseman, number 13, Rocco Dijon-Domenico. He doubled, flew out to right, and had a sac fly. In this game, that one's grounded down the third base line, foul.
Had a chance to, at Coach Stout's daughter's graduation party, had a chance to sit down and chat with Rocco and his family during the party, and what a great kid he is. He's going to West Liberty, but he doesn't think he's going to play. He wants to concentrate on his studies, and doesn't want to commit to playing baseball when he's going to go there and get an education.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Heck, he might. Who knows? He might go and he might start getting that itch again. Want to play, but that fastball blocked up nicely by McBrayer. He's 1-1 on Dijon-Domenico.
He's got a year left of post one, so
that one's lined into left for Dijon-Domenico. Will score Billings. So Dijon-Domenico, his second hit of the day, gives post one that 10-run lead back. 11-1 they lead. Here in the top of the fifth, we'll bring up the catcher number 2, Jack Selman. John H. checking in. Watching in Caddis, waiting on post 116U to start. So, hi, John. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it as that first pitch misses.
Wonder what team John's following.
Well, he said he's waiting for post 116U to start.
I wonder what I didn't mean team. I meant what his son or his relative playing for our 16U team.
Again, if you're tuning in on the stream, our graphic is wrong. Post 1 leads 11-1, not U.S. Elite. As that one skied into center field, center fielder will have room in front of the track, makes the catch. Selman is retired. So a deep fly out for Jack. Will be the first out. Excuse me, the second out of the inning. We'll bring up the third baseman, number 7, Rylan Robb. Rylan's flied out to right field and walked twice in this game, playing a nice third base as Rylan
swings and misses on the first pitch. No balls, 1 strike. Once again, 11-1. Post 1 leads. Scored 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 5 in the fourth, and 1 here in the top of the fifth. West Virginia Elite scored their only run in the bottom of the fourth to extend the game. They were had a chance to post 1 had a chance to end that after 4 innings, but gave up a run in the bottom of the fourth, so extended the game. And post 1 has now tacked on another run, so they've built their 10-run lead back.
Curveball to Robb, misses in as he taps one back up the middle. Shortstop coming on, off his glove. Everybody's safe. I think we got to call that one an error.
I believe so. And that's the 4th error for U.S. Elite. It
was a tough play, but
it would have been a tough play.
Got to probably be made. That's a play, especially on this turf. It's probably got to be made.
Yeah,
but either way, we'll bring up the center fielder, number 8, Braxton Billick. Braxton takes strike 1. He grounded out to second, popped out to second, and then singled his last time up. Runners on first and second for post 1. Curveball misses up. 1-1 on Billick.
Some things are just inevitable, Myersy.
That fastball misses outside. 2-1 on Billick. Billick, nice opposite field single. Scored a run his last at bat, last inning. Vincel delivers fastball kicked away. Runners will move up. Dijon Domenico heads to third. Rob down to second. Second and third now for post one. 2 outs. Top of the fifth. They lead 11-1. Game 2 of the Beast of the East here on July 3rd. Day here in Wheeling, West Virginia. 3-2 on Braxton Billick. 2 outs. Top of the order. And Upton on deck as Billick lines one through the left side. Dijon Domenico will score. Rob will score. And Braxton Billick, a 2-out, 2-run single gives post one a 13-1 lead. Braxton Billick, back-to-back innings. The runners in scoring position comes through. Man, I thought that Marple maybe had a chance on that. He looked like he kind of gave up on that.
I thought he should have made that.
At least knock it down.
And that's
save a run.
You know, and that's where you got to work. Those are the kind of things you need to work on in a game. Like work on your backhand there in the long throw if he has to bounce it or whatever. Work on your game right there. You know, that's. I know the game's out of hand here, but you go over and make that play and, you know, test your arm and just start working on that backhand. It's a good. I thought he definitely had a chance.
Yeah, I gotta agree there. That I know. I would imagine Coach Lewicki and head coach for
you gotta
Bethany probably if
got to keep working on your game.
Would not like to see that. I know. I mean, you know, it's tough. It's 13-1, but you got to still play, man. You gotta try to want to get every ball, but bring up the left fielder, number 12, Chris Upton.
I know at Frostburg they're probably
that ball looked like maybe a knuckleball.
Not sure
misses
what that
outside. Looked like Vincel maybe gave a little bit of a chuckle after that one.
Yeah, you know, you got a Frostburg coaches.
I think he's trying some knuckleballs out there. Not really knuckling. Definitely not spinning like a changeup or a fastball. 2-0 on Chris Upton. Upton is doubled, singled, flew out to right, and reached on an error in the first 4 innings. 3-0 now.
Vincel really struggling now, trying to just get out of this inning here.
And ball 4 to Upton. 4-pitch walk to the left fielder. We'll bring up the second baseman, number 22, Seth Cover. And amazingly, when we thought we might be ending, we're actually creeping up on the time limit. It is 12:11 p.m. This game started at 10:30, so creeping up on that 2-hour time limit as that one misses low.
Thought we were going to have thought we would have quite a bit of time maybe to get a sandwich and
that pitch from Vincel misses, hits the plate, bounces over the catcher's head. Runners will advance. Second and third now, 13-1. Post one leads, 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning. Post one is the away team. Again, if you're in the stream, Post one is leading 13-1, not U.S. Elite or graphic is backwards. Cover takes a fastball in there. For strike 1, Cover grounded out to short, flew out to left, reached on an error, and then grounded into a fielder's choice. His first 4 times up. Vincel trying to work out of this one.
We have now entered the snail phase of this game as it is slogging along quite slowly now as Post one has extended the lead to 13-1.
As that one's grounded to short. Shortstop coming up, and that's Marple. Throws on the run. And he's out. Nice pick by the first baseman, Cremines. And that will end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. Post 1 leads 13-1.
For over 140 years, Belmont Savings Bank has been more than just a bank. We've been your neighbor, your supporter, and ingrained in your community. From cheering at Little League games to supporting our local schools and businesses, we've been here, growing together. And it's all because of you. Your trust, your dreams, your everyday moments help keep Belmont Savings Bank moving forward. So let's keep writing this story together. And when it's time to start your next chapter, Belmont Savings Bank will be here to lend a hand. Belmont Savings Bank. How may we help you today?
Looking for a hometown insurance agency you can trust? Since 1999, Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services has been protecting families and businesses in the northern panhandle of West Virginia and eastern Ohio. We're independent, giving you choice from top-rated national and regional carriers. And guided by a concierge-level experience, our energetic, honest, and determined team puts customers first every time. For home and auto to life and business insurance, we build
At Techno
relationships that matter. Need to pay a bill or access your policy online? It's easy with us. Protect your future with the agency you'd recommend to a friend. Call Bernie Glenn Insurance and Financial Services today at 304-277-3239 or visit BernieGlennInsurance.com. Bernie Glenn Insurance, building relationships, protecting futures.
And here at Patriot Field, campus of Wheeling Park High School, Post 1 leads U.S. Elite 13-1. Bottom of the fifth inning, leading off for U.S. Elite is a left fielder, number 21, J.D. Ford. He had a Form Energy strikeout his first time up. Again, thank you to Form Energy and Muxie Distributing.
Our man, Jeff Polina.
Excited. Again, I keep saying it. I'm excited to crack one of these open and try them out.
Jeff Polina.
Haven't had this flavor yet. This is, we have the Screamin' Freedom flavor. It says cherry, lemon, and blueberry flavor. It sounds pretty darn good to me.
Wow.
So here we go. First pitch from Jake Brown, or excuse me, second pitch, 1-1.
Third pitch,
on Ford
actually.
now. Strike. 1-2 on JD.
Don't forget, tune back in at 3:30, folks, as Wheeling Post 1 will finish out the day playing Clarington Elite from Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, we had some folks from Canada in the stream, actually, earlier as Brown misses up with that fastball. 2-2 on JD Ford.
Myers, he said he's going fishing in Canada next week.
That sounds pretty good as that pitch misses outside. 3-2 on JD Ford. That seems like he'd be like a running back. JD from Robert C. Byrd. Going to Glenville State. Ford fouls that one away to the right side. Looks like that is the Clarington team, I think, down there to the right. Looks like they got Orioles uniforms on.
Yeah, interesting.
The Clarington Elite Orioles. They looked exactly like. Is that fastball in there from Jake Brown? A Form Energy strikeout looking. Be the first out.
First strikeout
Here in the bottom of the fifth.
First strikeout looking of the day on either side.
Yeah, that's right. I just wrote that K the right way around. I got to write it backwards, but that'll bring up the third baseman, number 34, Drayden Rice. Rice grounded to a 1-6-3 double play his first time up. That fastball from Brown misses away. 1-0. You're just tuning in. Last inning, we saw a 4-6-3-2 triple play turned by Post 1. Rice swings to that high fastball, 1-1 on the third baseman. Drayden. Again, I don't think I've ever met anybody named Drayden. Pretty unique name. His fastball from Brown misses low. 2-1 on the sixth hitter, third baseman Rice. Brown Another fastball in there, strike 2. 2-2 on Rice. Got a nice breeze coming through the windows right now. Brown from the wine delivers. Fastball in there again. Strike 3 looking. A Form Energy strikeout from Jake Brown. Will be the second out of the inning in post one. One out away from a win here in their first game of the Beast of the East. We'll bring up the center fielder, number 7, Luke Rakiski. He also struck out swinging, a Form Energy strikeout in his first at bat as Brown delivers a fastball in there. Strike 1, 0-1. Brown working quick now.
Ooh,
was that one fouled?
Oh, my Lord.
Right down the left field line, almost hit some guys outside the dugout. And again, that's why those guys should be in the dugout, sitting outside of the dugout on the ground. But surprised the umpire's not saying get in the dugout. I mean, that's scary. That right there, that one of the guys went in the dugout. That ball was smoked. Oh, good thing everybody's okay. That was very close to hitting somebody. That fastball in there.
Wow.
Jake Brown strikes out the side looking and will end the game. And post one picks up the victory.
Man, 3 Form Energy strikeouts, Jared. So that's
Yeah.
going to give you, that's going to great segue into trying a Form Energy drink here in between games.
Yeah, great job from Jake Brown. 3 strikeouts looking, strikes out the side to end the game. And post one wins 13-1 in their first game of the 2025 Beast of the East tournament. If you were in the stream, we appreciate you tuning in.
Yep.
On the Watchdog Radio Network. Also, thanks for tuning in. You're about to hear the Donnie Gilbert Show right after us. And that'll do it for us up here. We'll be back at 3:30 as post one takes on
Clarington Elite, yeah. Clarington Elite will take on Moundsville post 3. Here, first pitch for that one will be at 1 o'clock. And then, as we say, we'll be back here about 3. We'll come back about 3:20 to get to lineups and get our opening comments before we have the first pitch.
So we will wrap it up for now here at Patriot Field. Going to try to get a player, maybe possibly if we can, for a Form Energy post-game interview. We're going to head to break. We'll be right back here at Patriot Field here in a few moments.
Technocap, we're not just making closures, we're shaping the future of sustainable packaging. From beverage and beauty to pharmaceuticals and household goods, our metal closures are trusted by leading brands around the world. With a global reach and a local presence right here in Glendale, West Virginia, Technocap combines innovation, precision, and environmental responsibility. Discover the power of performance-driven packaging. Visit technocapclosures.com, where great products begin at the top.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back into here at Patriot Field. We actually are not going to go to a post-game interview. We just ran out of time as Donnie Gilbert going to come on here at 12:30. But we'll run down our sponsors one more time before we head off. Here, again, Patriot Field, Wheeling Post 1 wins 13-1 over U.S. Elite. If you're in the stream, thank you again for tuning in on the Watchdog Network on YouTube. TNY Payroll Pros, Technocap Closures, Mail America, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Bernie Glenn Insurance, ATM Man, Wakeham's Bar, Schmidt Brothers Sunoco, S&D Painting, Glamp Life, Technocap Closures, TNY Payroll Pros, Tenant Law Office, Belmont Savings Bank, and as we said, our strikeouts today, Form Energy. I'm going to crack one here at 3:30, I think. Once we start our second game, I'll probably need a little bit of kick once we hop back up here in the booth. But we're going to take probably about a 3-hour break or so, go get some lunch, and we will be back here, like I said, at 3:30 for Post 1 against Clarington Elite. Thank you again for tuning in. We're the Pine Room on the Watchdog and the Pine Room on YouTube, the Pine Room Studios. We appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you here in a few hours. Later.